A wise man once told me, real friends don't let their friends unfriend their friends because then they'll come back and fucking kill you. What's going on, everybody? It's the Granddad of Granddad Woolly, and you are here again for another edition of Woolly Reviews Film Data. Today we got a movie review today. We're going to be talking about a brand new movie that just dropped. I was intrigued by the shit. It's getting a little bit of attention. So I'm like, it could be good. It could be whack. But we gonna holler at it so I can let you know and put you on game. Talking about the movie Unfriended. Now, Unfriended is a horror/thriller type movie starring a whole bunch of motherfuckers who I have no idea who they are. So I'm not even gonna name them because you don't even know who they are either. So why waste the goddamn time? But the movie centers around a girl by the name of Laura Barnes, who I believe commits suicide after this video of her in a drunken, passed out, not good state goes on the internet and it goes viral, and all the people from her school like see the video and make fun of her and tell her to kill herself and say that they hate her and all this shit, and it actually drives her to do the shit. And then when it happens, everybody's like, oh my god, I can't believe she did it, we were just joking. The fuck, y'all some bitches for that shit. But 1 year later, Laura sort of comes back to haunt and revenge on these motherfuckers who caused this shit, the main motherfuckers who caused this shit to happen, and she does it in one of the most unique ways I've ever seen in a movie. So let's talk about the shit. Now, the first thing that really intrigued me about Unfriended when I was watching it is that the way that it was shot. This isn't a traditional movie as far as shooting goes. It's really done in a big screen shot. The entire movie is actually, you're looking at it from the perspective of a computer screen of a girl by the name of Blair Lilly. So in the entire movie, all you're looking at is her computer screen and what's going on at this computer screen at the time. Now, she has different applications and programs open, such as Skype, Spotify, which y'all whack ass fucking payments, iMessage, fucking chat roulette, a whole bunch of just websites and stuff that pretty much, you know, people these days use and go through as far as to socialize. And the whole time she's socializing with a group of friends, her boyfriend and some other friends from school, and there's this person who invades on their Skype chat who nobody knows is and can't get rid of, but they just keep coming back and causing all this harassment and problems. They ultimately end up finding out that it's actually Laura Barnes, or the ghost of Laura Barnes, who is actually causing all these interruptions and all these problems with their group chat and everything like that. And when they find this out, at first they think it's a big joke or a hoax or somebody's playing a trick on them, and they try to report the sites and report the person, but there's no way they can do it, and they just keep coming back. After all that shit happens and they try to just, you know, ignore the shit, that's when she starts to actually mess with the people and try to fuck with them and actually makes them play these weird ass games where pretty much at the end of every game somebody fucking dies in some horrible, crazy way, and it goes down from, you know, the least important to actually the most important person in this whole group chat. I'm not gonna tell you who it is, but that's kind of how the movie flows. And during this whole time, Laura kind of reveals a lot of dark secrets between the friends that the friends didn't know actually occurred, which actually causes more of a friction and more of a hatred towards the friends during this whole chat, what they can't actually close out, because if they end up closing the chat, they also die. So all these things are happening, and it's just building up more tension and hatred and animosity while building that fear of who's going to be next for Laura to take out. So that's pretty much how the movie flows, and it is unique. But the only thing about the movie that I say is a drawback is that, yes, you have to do a lot of the reading, and it really doesn't actually explain to the fullest detail of why. I know why Laura's back, but how she came back, it's just sort of like she just fucking appeared. And the movie it feels really short, and it feels really just straightforward, and there's no real character development because you're looking at it from only one perspective. So you can't really get a read on all of the characters except for probably one. But other than that, it's just like they're there and you're waiting for them to die in some way, shape, or form. But there's really no build as far as with the characters on here or with Laura. It's just sort of like a real cut and dry type, you know, dialogue with it. Like, they can help kill, like something happened with Laura because of these people. She comes back and she haunts them, and then one by one she takes them all out to get her revenge. And that's pretty much it. That's kind of how the movie flows. It's real straightforward, and it does feel kind of short. I don't know, I think it's like an hour and 10 or 20 minutes, but for some reason, I guess the way that the structure of the movie is, it feels like it's a lot shorter than it really is. But it's a decent movie. It's not amazing, but it's not as bad as I thought it was probably going to be. I didn't have too many high expectations, but I like the uniqueness of it. I like how they, you know, shot it with the whole screenshot, and how they incorporated sites like Facebook and Skype and, you know, all these other, you know, social media sites, but they did it in a way where it's really unique. And just, you know, it's not really much of a scary movie. It's got the horror aspect with the deaths, but it's more of a thriller and more of a like, oh my god, like I can't believe this shit's going on type movie. But for the most part, it's an okay movie. I would give it a good one watcher, but nothing like where I would go back and pay for it again or see it again. But I wasn't ultimately disappointed with the movie. It's just something that I found unique, entertaining, but nothing that was over the top and that would make me be like, yo, you gotta go fucking watch this movie. It's the craziest shit I've ever seen in my life. But they did a good job for the most part. So my final verdict, I'm not saying that Unfriended is a uniquely shot but still okay movie. All I'm saying is that I do like the fact that they didn't incorporate the screenshot aspect of it with the whole movie, and it gives a different perspective to making a film. Also, I like how it stays entertaining and that they actually incorporated all these different websites and stuff like that in a way where it actually makes sense with the movie. But the character build and the characters on here are just so one-dimensional for the most part. You really can't get a read of anybody. And the thing about it is, we know that Laura Barnes is getting her revenge, but we don't know enough about Laura Barnes in this movie to see if this revenge is fully justified for a good payoff that this movie tries to bring. But for the most part, it's an okay movie. Like I said, a good one watcher. Well, I'd say it's worth the $11.50, but not the popcorn and the drink. But, go check it out if you want to. You won't be that disappointed, I don't think. But for me, I gotta give Unfriended not a Granddad approved, but I will give it a Granddad recommended. So it's out right now. It dropped today. Go check it out. It's a good thriller. Not too scary, but it does have, I guess, it's scary moments. But the most redeeming part of this movie, I would say, is the shooting style of it and the uniqueness of it about that. But for the most part, it's a good one watcher, like I said. So nothing more to say. Unfriended. It's Granddad recommended. Flip it. Alright guys, that's going to do it for today's video. Make sure you give me a thumbs up and drop a comment. Tell me what you think of Unfriended if you've seen it. If you haven't seen it, like I said, it's out right now. It's worth, I guess, one watch if anything. But nothing super crazy, but nothing really, really whack. In that middle ground. Previous videos on the side as well as my music video. Check those out, show them some love. And as always, Twitter, Facebook, SoundCloud, Instagram. Links in the description below. And subscribe. Button on the screen, button below. Woolly Reviews, twice a week. Gaming channel. Check that out. Videos all the time and they're all hilarious. So I got nothing more to say. So until next time I take my leave, granddaughter, Unfriended, don't have friends. This won't happen. I'm out of here.